This is SRhoads, and this is for my unit. I'm doing social studies for 6th grade. This is activity 1, station 1 here. We have here some brief video clips from PBS, The Great Depression, Stories of a Generation's Struggle for Democracy. The purpose of this activity is to help the students understand the cause and effects of the Great Depression, as well as the impact it has on their lives today. And by viewing the clips, the students are introduced to the people that lived it. So I have a student here viewing the clips, and I have in their directions to view the clips at that website and to take notes as needed on the graphic organizer, which is right here. It's a KWL chart, and here are my instructions right here. Okay, then I have station 2, which is, where's my station 2? There we go. I have a student here looking at books that I have chosen for the Great Depression, and her activity, or his activity, is to create a timeline. And the purpose of this activity is also to learn about history in the 1930s. They have chart paper and writing materials to complete this activity. My directions to the students are to work in small groups and create a timeline using the notes from the KWL graphic organizer and researching these books that I have here on the table on the Great Depression. They're going to list social and economic events related to the Great Depression. And in their small groups, they will decide who will illustrate, research, and record. Okay? Then, and here are my directions for this activity right here. Then I have activity 3, which is at another computer station. Here are my directions. This activity is called Exploring the Culture. Again, it's life in the 1930s. And the purpose of this is to explore the culture in the 1930s by listening to music in the 1930s. And on this workstation, I have lots of clips and also some artwork. There's some links listed in their directions. Their directions are to listen to the audio clips, review them, take notes, and to basically learn by listening to the audio clips. They're learning through music. Okay, and then I have station 4 over here, which is in-depth vocabulary study. Here are my directions right here. And in this, the purpose is to develop an understanding of important words in the 1930s era using the vocabulary model. It's called the Freyer model. It's vocabulary cluster worksheet right there. Here's their vocabulary words right here. And I have a student here working. And my directions here were to work in small groups and divide the number of vocabulary words, 4 per student. And each student completes their Freyer graphic organizer giving a definition in their own words. And using a picture, they can illustrate or search the Library of Congress collection, which the student is doing. And they can print or draw one. Okay, then station 5 is also at a table. Okay, here we go. And this station, there is no computer, but they're studying the social effects of the Great Depression. Here is their directions. Their purpose is to help them understand the social effects of the Great Depression by brainstorming a list of items, goods, and services that they need in order to survive and items they would like to have. So in this activity, they are going to use paper, and they're going to divide it into 2 columns and label one column we need and the other we want. And they're going to make a list of items, goods, and services that they need in order to survive and items they would like to have. So they're going to use their imagination, pretend they're providing for a family of 4. The items can be modern, and they're limited to 15 in the need column and 10 in the want column. And I want them to think about needs such as utilities, transportation, medical needs, etc. After completing the list, they're going to pair up with 1 or 2 students to compare and make the adjustments. They're going to go through the list 2 more rounds and eliminate 5 more items each time. And then they're going to reflect on their feelings during the process and what they ended with and how they made their decision. So their assessment on this activity would be the completion of the want and need list. Then my last station is activity 6, and this one's at a computer. At this station, I have a student looking at the link. It's at the documentary films link listed on their direction. Also at the PBS website, right here. There's their directions. They're going to view, whoops, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I messed up. That was the wrong station. I am sorry. Okay, this one is personalities of the Great Depression. They're going to study famous and influential people of the Great Depression. They're going to learn about famous, infamous, and influential people and a way of understanding the time in the 1930s. So from their directions here, they're going to pick a list of people that are famous in the Great Depression. There's links that I have provided on the directions here. They're going to research their backgrounds, why they acted or why they became performers, and I will have them either represent them either in a PowerPoint or a movie maker presentation, written paper or story, or they could perform it like as in a skit. So that is my workstations. I have the 3, 4, and then the small table with the 2 activities there. And that is it. Thank you.